Hey guys, I don't know if you saw the first video, but all of my videos after that, the actual files got corrupted on my hard drive, so I'm having to basically do another playthrough. For this one, I'm gonna make it more of a guide on how to beat the first campaign instead of a let's play. So if you're wanting to watch a let's play, you might want to watch somebody else. I'm mainly just gonna be explaining how to play and what certain things do and what's the best, the best strategy for beating the very first campaign. This isn't on hard, it's on normal, but the same things go for hard. You just have to do it a little quicker and be more careful with your resources. But we'll just get right into it. I will let the cutscene play through though, and just in case anybody is watching this for a let's play reason. I'm not going to be super speeding the game either. I'm going to set it on the second fastest pace. That way you guys can actually like follow, and I'll do my best to explain each of the steps as I go. And feel free if you have any questions on anything to let me know or to ask it in the comments.
A still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Alright, so let's get started then. The very first thing I suggest you do when you first load in is pause the game. That way you don't, you get everything out of your time. So you have steel and wood crates, and wood crates, and more steel. These three are together, these three are together, these two coal piles are together. This coal pile's out by itself, so is this steel wreckage. And what I mean by itself, I mean if I were to try and build a gathering post, it's hard to collect all of these at the same time. Like, it's better to build a gathering post and hit up, multiple instead of just sending your people to individual ones. But what we're going to start with is we need coal. We're gonna set some workers on coal, and we're gonna set some workers on this steel wreckage just to get these two out of the way as fast as possible. Just make this space clear. Then we're also going to need lots of wood. So we're going to invest everything but like 5 workers on wood so that we can build our first resource collector. So usually build it like, I try and link up all my roads so I don't end up wasting space. So that will be done hopefully by those 5 workers before the end of the day, and then we will unassign these workers, place them in this resource collector, and we'll be building more of these for this pile, and this pile, while these get collected by these workers respectively. So we're gonna go ahead and play and let that play through. Also, something else I like to do, now that we've actually built what we need, is to go ahead and build some tents here. It makes it easier to line up your roads. I mean, we're going to be needing to get more wood, but that'll happen as we go. So, as we get more wood, I'm going to keep building tents. I'll probably only build 3 to start, just so I can line up my next road here. There's my 3, and I'm gonna pause it. Like, feel free to, like, you need to be pausing a lot, at least in these first parts. Because if you don't, you end up wasting time. Like, and time in the very beginning is super valuable. They're collecting their thing. They're gonna go build these houses first, which means I probably should have waited. So here, we're gonna pause these so that they build this first. Or at least they should. They're building the road right now. After they build the road, they'll come to this next. Then we'll unpause the houses and let them build the houses. Because this thing needs to get finished first. There they go. As soon as that's finished, I'll unpause these houses and let them get to work on those, and I'll remove these people from here, place them in this. Probably just these first. Well, we didn't get it done on the first work day, but we got it done, and that's the important bit. They will build at night. So, like, in between their work hours, they will build stuff. So we can go ahead and get another gathering post down for this next little section. And this coal pile still has like 300 left, so should be good with that as well. We're gonna go ahead and use the rest of our wood that we have, build houses, and I'm going to go ahead and slap down a medical post just in case if anybody does get sick, we can treat them like really fast, so we don't have like downtime of people being sick, and we don't have the risk of them. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on our heat. It'll also decrease the chances of people getting sick. The more people you have sick and are not treating, the worse it is, by quite a large margin. And I neglected to go ahead and already do a job. I like to do emergency shift first, just in case anything goes to shit. You know, fix it. And we can also get up to extended shift. And I'll show you a trick that I use with extended shift along with other things to make it to where I can run certain things constantly on extended shift without a huge discontent issue. So emergency shift makes people work for 24 hours straight. They have the risk of dying while working. That's something that this thing doesn't say. Like, they can die from overwork. But sometimes it's worth it. Not in the beginning usually, but sometimes later in game it's worth it to run a 24-hour shift. Using the emergency shift will raise discontent, and it raises it by quite a lot. And it matters if you do multiple 24-hour shifts on multiple things, each one gets a discontent hit. So we're gonna go ahead and sign that. We're gonna get a little discontent signing it. There it is. But that'll go down over time as our hope goes up. And we're gonna be getting a lot of hope with the pass. So we're gonna go ahead and build that. All their little houses are gonna go up. This is gonna get finished too. When that finishes, we're going to take off our engineers. Put 5 engineers in our medical facility, and we're gonna stick the other 10 engineers in. Actually, we have 10 workers available, so we'll save our engineers for right now, and we will stick them on some more wood so we can get wood faster. And I stuck it on the closest one so they don't have that far to walk. So we're gonna wait out night. I'm gonna speed up through night to get it. Just get it done. But you can see we already have some people sick because some of them weren't in homes, so it's good to have that immediately. So we're almost a day. It'll slow down automatically. Nope, never mind, it didn't. Now we're regaining wood. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish off our tents. Get some more wood. Almost there. And I like to pause like before I build every time. It's just a habit I've gotten into. And now the next thing is we're gonna build up a fair amount of wood and go ahead and build our roads to these piles. These should run out. I can go pile. Yeah, steel will run out much faster than anything else. So that should be done very soon. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, and we're gonna build some more roads. Just gonna lead it out roughly to where I think I can build the gathering spot. And we might have enough to go ahead and build the gathering. Nope, we don't have enough yet. Go ahead and build another gathering spot here. Make sure it's covering both of these. And 15 more wood, and we will place down another one. So this is out. Replace them in there. We might actually just use them for food. Not as in eating them, but as in cooking. So before I place this one, I want to make sure I get a cookhouse down and make use of this raw food, and make sure I don't get discontent. And I'm going to place my cookhouse on my second row, because once we expand the generator, its radius of effect, I want to make sure it actually touches our cookhouse, because they like to get cold. Go ahead and place down the cookhouse, and it will get built. Steel wreckage is out. Place this extra work pile just to get it faster. What slows down your building in the beginning? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and snag our extended shift.
Listen, everyone.
Get discontent hit, and it'll fall again. 3 people being treated in our little makeshift hospital. We're fine on coal right now. Yes, I know. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the economy tab, because I don't see a lot of people using it, but it's really, really easy to tell what you need. So right now, our coal consumption, we're gaining coal, because we're burning less than what we're gaining from our little piles. Food, we're eating way more than we're producing because we aren't producing any. This shows hospitals. This shows houses and the comfort of the houses. And this is wood, as well as steel. But the main things are coal and food. You always want to have a positive on that. Like right now, we're going to be trying to fix our food because we need that to be positive. Okay, so this should finish out shortly. They just have to build their houses, and then no one will be homeless. Our sick should cure pretty quick. Now that the shift's ended, they'll go to build during their free time. They always build during their free time. So this house is going to go up, and we'll lose our homeless. There we go. And we have an extra house for 10 people. So that'll make it easier once we get more people. And our cookhouse is done, so we're gonna steal some workers from somewhere. Steal them from this one. Place them in there. And we shouldn't need to be getting coal until this one's gone. 141 left, but once that's gone, we're gonna move these guys to the gathering post over here to get coal. And we're gonna go ahead and build another gathering post over here. And we're gonna build some hunters' huts. And hunters' huts are gonna work about how I have the cookhouse. I'm gonna wrap this whole thing around with hunters' huts by the end of the game. But to keep it in that second ring is really important. Go ahead and attach it. Hopefully we can get this built before the end of the night. We can get some, maybe they'll be able to actually get some more raw food before morning. We don't necessarily need it, but certainly does come in handy. Right, that's one. At least 10 in it. Snag some ears out of this. Put my engineers in there because you can't put workers in here. Basic resources secured. We need to build a beacon. Blah 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 blah. Alright, I always like to have both them running, even if they're not running at, you know, full efficiency. I like to have at least more than one running. That's just me. I've seen other people do it differently, but that's just the way I like to do it. And then I can also see like how many I need in each instead of just having one in. Heat profile is fine right now. Our drop's right here. And we should be running pretty smoothly right now. They're off going to hunt. We're gonna speed through the night again. Well, maybe. I think we might already be back to morning. Maybe not. Yeah, we're back to morning. Alright. Gonna slow it down a little bit. Our coal. Food consumption is still crap. Our coal is still positive, so we're not gonna freeze to death anytime soon. Got that built, got that built.
Time to earn your bread.
Right now this is a pretty stable setup. We can do another law. Now what I like to do next is just to like basically pump this place full of hope. So we're gonna do a cemetery to start with. Yeah, I'm gonna do a cemetery because we don't have the wood right now to build a child shelter. Otherwise I would sign child shelter. So cemetery, no hope hit. Get that. And as soon as it's able to build, we'll just attach it over here. You can always destroy it and then replace it. And that's what we're gonna do later, but for right now, might as well get it placed and boost up our hope. So our wood's gonna go up, and as our wood's gonna go up, I'll show you what the next step's gonna be. Alright, so these coal deposits are gonna be, they're gonna have 2 coal mines at them for later in game. So what I like to do is I'll take a road and I'll lead it all the way out to them, to where I know that I'm going to place my coal mines, and then I'll make like a, I don't know what you would call this, little umbrella looking thing, or basically a big T, And then I'm going to put my my workshops here. That way, once I put a steam thing here to heat it, it will also heat up these coal mines. How much coal we have left here? Alright, as soon as that thing runs out, which I'm gonna go ahead and transfer some of these workers over. We don't have any downtime. But we're gonna be building up a fairly large surplus of coal. I've got... I guess they're just neglecting me. So, cemetery get established. Hope's gonna rise. People are gonna start hunting. Okay, that coal pile's gone. That one's full. We're gonna take our workers that we just had and place them in this hunter's hut, because at nighttime they'll work. And we're gonna go ahead and start building our workshop. You only need 2 to start with, but I'm gonna slap down 3 just to get it made. Let's see. Where I stuck my MG. 5 there, 5 there. Gonna have to replace these with workers. There. Yeah, we still have 5 engineers available. Okay. So I'm gonna have to take the engineers out of this cookhouse and replace them with other people. Probably the people from this. We have to have our cookhouse running. Gonna speed through the night. And pause. Go ahead and put you guys in here and show you the research tree. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna do our beacon as soon as we have the wood for it and comes out, and then I'll show you what my plan or my stages eating this first campaign. Something that I do is I stack a crap load of workshops. It makes research go by ridiculously fast. I'm just gonna take these out of here. Fine on food for right now. And speed through the night. And we can pass another law and do child shelters. And the reason why I'm going to do child shelters, because of the next bonus where you do engineer print. It makes research even faster. The whole point of this thing that I'm doing is to make my research ridiculously fast. So, once we get the wood, we're going to build a child shelter.
Everyone, new law is signed.
Go ahead and speed it up. Enough wood to build our child shelter. People are getting discontent because the storm's coming. We're gonna go ahead and let this storm kind of... I don't know why that opened. I must have hit the keybind for it. Or I clicked that. We're gonna let this storm go without turning on our overdrive for a little bit. Just because everybody's working right now. And actually not having research heaters yet. I was gonna turn the heaters up, but wait. Alright. Gonna go ahead and build our child shelter. Build it on the 3rd row. Don't really have any reasoning for that. It's got extra insulation, so okay. And I like to expand the child shelters out this way as we go through. Let's see how I'm coming. Go ahead and start research on that. I'm gonna end the first episode here, guys. As we're going, things are just gonna get faster and faster paced, and I'm going to try and keep up with explaining it all. But as I said, if I fail to answer any questions that you guys might have, just ask me in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the first episode. Come back for the second one, and we'll just keep going with this. Thanks, guys. Bye.